There we go. Some beautiful Starship footage. How's it going, everybody? What's up, ship heads? Welcome to Trek Mods. Welcome to my little ship show. I got this little pile of ship, the Cardassian ship. So what I'm doing is I'm rearranging all the components of this, and I'm making this into a Federation style little ship. So I got like a saucer, and I got a secondary hull, and I got pylons, and I just got to figure out what I'm going to use to build nacelles. And I've got an Andrew. Welcome, Andrew, from Canadian Starships. How you doing? Thanks for joining in this evening. Just to say hi. How's it going? So before I get to this, I finished this up last night on the group live stream. Little bird of prey. But what I didn't do, I added it to this little stand here, which is just a base piece from a little cheap lamp. But we need some details on this thing. The stand is a little bit boring, even with the cool green paint, which I think I might need another coat of, but that's beside the point. So before I get going on this Cardassian one here, I want to make a little Klingon emblem similar to what I did on the other model that I made, the 7D Cattle Bruiser. Some Klingon script, Andrew says. I'll probably just go for the the emblem, this right here. Probably just do that, similar to what I did on the other model that I made. So let's just get this open. Gonna use some of this thinner plastic, but it's not so thin. This is pretty good plastic. Disc-based plastic. It's cheap. Plastic card for modeling. And we need a piece of tape. And we need this glass right here. Service I provide, right, Andrew? Alright, just clear a little spot for my tape here. Okay. Got some backing paper. Came with a decal sheet. Can use that. Then I can transfer this over. Possibly. I don't know. It looks like it's not going to stick to that at all. Need a fresh piece. Andrew says I'm here, but I'll be in and out. Hey, no problem. I know you're busy too. Are you starting at 9 o'clock, your usual time, Andrew? I'll be done by then anyways. that's better. Better? No, that's not better. All right, that's not gonna work. Let's go with my original idea. Use the glass. This back. Same bat time, same bat station. Tune in Saturday. Same bat time, same bat station. Watch Andrew work on the giant Enterprise D. All right. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I'll be tuning in for that. Enjoying some delicious onion rings. So, how rude. You guys want one? All right. I need a circle. Here's one. Top of this that I cut off of there. That's a little too big. The bottom's a good size. So we got those. Guess I could use this little circle making tool. Got this, so it's a little, it's like a little compassy thing. Has a magnetic thingy on it here. But the problem is that's almost as large as I want my circle. So I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to use this piece. And I can hold that. Should have a pencil here. Pencil somewhere. Oh, the pen. Pen will do. I'd have a pencil. Alright, so I had to clear off the table for the holidays, and I don't know where I put all my drawing stuff when I did that. Alright, I'll probably get away with using this one. I want something that's gonna, see, that gets wobbly, right? So if I use the mechanical pencil, it fits in there. Wasting time. Okay, so you place an Aztec mask on the top of the saucer. Excellent. Excellent. Have you made a decision on whether you are going to be painting the registry, masking and painting, or are you going to be printing decals? I know it would look so much better painted. I was having a chat there with Mr. Krause a couple weeks ago because I was asking if he uses decals or if he paints them on, and he said on the larger ships, anything 350 scale or bigger, he airbrushes them on, and he cuts decals with the or he cuts masks with the circuit cutter. So I think with a couple more practice runs, I think you can get it looking pretty good there. I think you can pull it off perfectly. Get that nice registry. Okay, instead of wasting time, I'm just going to make us trace this. Because it's about the right size. And that's all I need is about the right size. Alright, so we've got that. Cut this out. Alright, so we need one circle. Alright, so now you need that might be a little too big. But I can always just trim it smaller. Now I'm just going to peel these guys off. There. That one tore. Is that all right? we go. Close enough. There's Keith. Hey, Keith. Good evening, sir. Says, hey. Good evening, Keith. How are you? Thanks for joining me tonight. So I am working on this thing that I was playing with last night. But before I do that, I'm going to make a little Klingon insignia there, the logo for this one. In a similar fashion as I did for the other model. Just gonna slim it down just a slight little bit there. Make it a little more delicate. Pizza's doing good. How are you? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing great. Just had a delicious cheeseburger. I'm ready to go. Let's go in from right here. Okay. Let's make this one just a little thinner. Wonderful. It's right there. There we go. I'll cut the circle out. So, this will be my first solo stream of the new year. I was on the group one last night with the other guys. Had lots of fun. So, my first one of the year by myself here. And what a great year so far. What's everybody up to? Anyone get any, I don't know, I got some really cool model kits for Christmas. Lots of cool stuff from everybody. What kind of stuff did you guys get? Any kits? Anybody working on anything tonight while you're watching? this guy out. Pete's editing. Oh, editing the videos he lost sound, so you're doing the voiceovers. Oh, so you do the voiceover after. Gotcha. So you'll edit, and then you'll have to sit there watching it and say, this is what I'm doing. I'd never be able to do that because I'd be commentating on myself and probably saying something other than what I did. Trying to be funny and make jokes. And it wouldn't be right. I keep it pretty simple still. I use this camera right here to record my videos, and I just use the mic that's on it, and it seems to sound decent enough. So I don't record the video and audio separately. I just record from the camera and use that footage right there. Simple enough. And then if I lose video, I lose the whole thing. But that doesn't matter. A lot of what I do while I'm recording video is nonsense anyways. I'll work on something for 3 or 4 hours, and I'll get like a half an hour of usable video that I can actually put into my YouTube content. That's not either ridiculous or, I don't know, offensive, or just downright silly, pointless. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, gonna get this one. Oh, you know what? I should use the thicker one. Okay, get this sheet right here. This is the thicker stuff that was sent to me by Howard. So I'm going to use this for the edges. All right. So it needs to be at least twice as thick as this. So go about here. Just want to do that. And I like to cut it like this instead of using the saber, you know, the melted edge, the melted cut and all that. And just get a nicer clean cut like this. Minimal effort, just gotta scratch a few lines. Yeah, so I could have scratched a couple more times, but yeah, that's the best way to cut it. And it works on curved lines too. Before I got this thing, that's how I cut everything I was doing. Like when I had to cut model kit parts to modify them, cut out the sides for chiller grills or whatever I wanted. That's how I was doing it. Gonna start with a couple strips. I'm gonna get at least 2. Do a couple more scribes this time so it's a little easier to snap off there. Like I said, this is thicker styrene. It's pretty skookum. Come. Yeah, it's really tough. It's really, really tough. Get the fret leveling beam here for a second. And I'm just going to pull it just to get rid of the burrs. The edges. Stand it up. The other side. Andrew says, I'm curious to see what you do with the Dudare decks. I haven't really thought of any modifications to do to that one. I might just try to make it look the way it's supposed to, or have my approximate idea of what it's supposed to. I'm not worried about screen accuracy or anything like that, but if I can open all the windows and light the engines and make it look nice and make it look cool, I'll be happy with that. I don't have to. If I think of some major modification that I could do that'll change the whole thing, maybe I'll do that, but I haven't thought of it yet. Maybe I will. Build it for your second channel, Trek Unmods. Yes, very clever. Non-mods. Onion ring. All right, where's my little thingies? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got stuff stuck all over it. Yeah, I'll just use the ruler. All right, I'm gonna try using this stuff. Try not to spill it. No, not a double-double. Too creamy for me. I go one cream. All right, so what I'm going to do is put it down. And I'm going to try to hold it in place there. And then I'm going to try to use some of this stuff on it. So, I think I'll start this way. Get the tip attached. Andrew says, I haven't taken anything in my coffee for years, but also haven't liked Tim's coffee since they changed it. Now, I like it better. I didn't really notice that much of a difference since they changed it. I do not like McDonald's coffee, even though everyone says it's the old Tim Hortons coffee, but I don't know. There's something about the way they brew it. It's far too strong for me. I don't like it really strong. I cannot stand a Starbucks coffee. I got one time when I used to live in Toronto, and I said, nope, no thank you. That was awful. Way too strong. Yeah, McCafe has the old Tim's provider, but they don't make it the same. It doesn't mean the coffee is the same either. It just means it's the same company selling it to them. Okay, so got a little bit of a... I can clip this because I don't need that much. And it's just going to give me attitude if it's in the way. So we'll get rid of that bit. Now I want to squeeze this onto here without cracking it off. So this is hopefully easier than what I did with the CA glue trying to do this. It doesn't seem to want to hold quite as well. So I need to get that. Did not stay where I wanted it to. All right. That's not going to work for me. Go back to the old faithful. Hey, Cameron's here. Cameron says, good evening, Jody. Everyone in chat. Good evening, Cameron. How you doing? Andrew says, first go-to is either a small local coffee shop or Starbucks. He's saying hi to Cam. All right, so we're going to do the glue. It just seems to get a good bite on there. Hold on correctly. I'm doing all right, brother. Doing all right. See, that took a nice... It's got a good grip there. Gives me a chance to bring this one around. Well, this seems to be good for certain things. so far. But I think I just need to get used to the way it's supposed to be used, because I'm probably not using it correctly. Alright, so this guy here will try to keep the same angle as the end. Close enough. Alright, so this time I'll just cut a small piece off. Little bit down the side. Stick there. So basically what I'm doing is I'm putting a little frame around it to make like a little reservoir so that I can fill it with some red paint like I did with the other one. Red paint, silver paint. And just a little bit of the price you gotta pay. So I'm not too concerned with it coming over the edge here because that'll be sanded down. But I'll cut it off here. Looks like it'll fit. Alright, this time I'm just gonna stick it right down. Yes, I did. Hey, Buck. How are you tonight? Hey, Stephen Martin's here. How you doing, Stephen? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. How are you? Buck says just dropping by to see what's happening. Just spent 2 hours in the garage clearing up the holidays, and I'm about a quarter done. Wow, that's crazy. We got like 2 or 3 boxes of stuff, and boom, that's it. A tree, a couple boxes of decorations, goes down in the storage room. That's it. Andrew says, looks like you're building tiny little molds. Yeah, kind of basically what I'm doing is building little reservoirs because I want to fill them with paint or pigment, and I seem to have lost the first one I did. Here it is right here, which I have to redo anyways because I realized that I did it backwards. It needs to point this way, so I got to move all my little walls up. But what I'm doing is I'm just trying to get little walls up so I can make like a little dam and fill that with paint. And I'll get a insignia there, or the Klingon logo, similar to what I had before. Okay, there. Now stay there. Having a bit of an issue there a minute ago. There, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Steven says, good evening, gents. I think, I already read that one. How you doing, Steve? Good to see you. Our tree never made it up. Well, you guys were gone, right, Andrew? When you're not home for the holidays, really, what's the point? That's a lot of hassle and a lot of work for no reason. Everybody around me and my family, they all love Christmas, but if it was up to me, there wouldn't be a tree. There's no need for it. All right, one more little piece. Let's get this on here, and then I got to take the other one apart because I put it on the wrong way. What's the deal with putting this on the wrong way? Oh, I didn't trim my ends. Dang it. I didn't trim my ends. Just gonna do that real quick. Should probably put glue again, but we'll just... It's fine. It's fine. Some of the good stuff on there. Andrew says, that's true, but mostly the kids made up a mess in our living room and didn't clean up for us to put the tree up. Oh, well, there you go. Lesson learned for them, maybe. This is what happens if you don't clean up. No tree. I thought it was because you guys were away for the holidays. I think there was, I don't know, maybe a time or two. When I was a kid, I remember maybe once or twice we went to my grandparents' place for the holidays. I don't think we put the tree up at home. This guy. So I'm going to level the bottom down flat. Oh, looks like I broke that off. All right. We'll just put a fresh one on there. Edge off again. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it this way. And I'm going to start grinding this down so it's thin. You don't need that to be real deep. Okay, we'll go for the tougher one. Get a little bit more material and go a little quicker. Oh, come on. So I want this down to just a millimeter or so on the inside. There we go. So then we'll get like a little roll over there. Just get rid of that. Try and clean up the inside of this. Feel that there's a little bump of glue there. I want the corner cleared because when I fill this, I want the color to go all the way into all the corners. Okay, so that's what I'm going for. Just like that. So now that gets filled with red paint. And I'll do that to all the pieces. They go on here, but I gotta take this one apart and relocate those because I went, oh my God. There you go, buddy. Okay. Off. Pieces on there. Very well. All right, I'm going to try to just clean it up by scraping it down flat. Do my best. I shouldn't be doing this. I should have been just doing what I said I was going to do. I thought I could quickly get this out there and get it done, but running into obstacles. Well, that's part of this. That's what I do every time. So, why be different? All right, okay, so that's got to go this way, pointing up. Just flipped right off of there. All right, I guess I'll get a fresh piece then. Which is what I should have done in the first place, instead of trying to reuse the one I already used. Should have known better. Much better. All right, let's clean it up once again. Keith says, don't forget to show the like button some love. You know what? I wouldn't worry about that. If I was watching this stream, I wouldn't be hitting the like button. Trust me. So, thanks for trying, Keith. Okay. Let's see if this one goes a little better. Yeah, put that off to the side a little. Excuse me. Just hold it with the meat clamps for a second. Hey, Jeff's here. Captain Charlemagne is here. Welcome, Jeff. How you doing tonight? Happy Saturday and Happy New Year. All that jazz. You working on anything cool tonight, buddy? Oh, and of course, there goes my side camera. Why? Let's see what it says over here. Not connected. Tap the button. But it's not connected through Wi-Fi, though. It's plugged in. All right. Remove from stage. Every time I've tried to use that has happened. It disconnects in the middle of my stream for no reason. It's not on Wi-Fi. So, I don't know. I recommended the app to Alec, so I retract that as I look over to my camera to say that when it's not even on. So, I retract my recommendation to use the Camo app, Alec, because it seems to be causing me nothing but problems every time. It was working great at first, and now it seems every time I try, it disconnects halfway through the stream. And I don't know why. And I don't know why. But we don't need that one anyways. You're not here to see that. You're here to see this. Don't know why I felt the need to have a camera pointing at me in the first place. It's rather pointless. Yeah, Jeff says, not today. Not working on anything today. Says my sister graduated nursing school. Excellent. So at her grad party right now. What are you doing watching me then? Get off your phone and be at the grad party with your sister. What are you doing? Congratulations to her. That's awesome. Good for her. Nursing school is not easy. At least not here. Wouldn't know how nursing school is any other place, but everyone I've heard that's gone to school around here for nursing, see, it's tough. Oh, and Russ is here too from Cosmic Quest. How you doing, Russ? Welcome to the Saturday Ship Show. I'm almost done dicking around with this Klingon symbol. I'm going to get to work on something else. What I said I was supposed to be here doing. Just put that piece on. Let this dry. Now that it's got me thoroughly frustrated. Okay, so I still do have to make one more wall around this, but what's going to happen is these are going to go here. Like that. Like that and like that. And then these edges will get the same little wall treatment that I did right here. And then this gets filled in with red paint. And then this gets filled in with copper or bronze or whatever metallic paint. I'll put that to the side. So that's the going to be my insignia to go on my little bird of prey base right here. And there it is. And go to work. So let's put that to the side, get to what I'm here for. I don't know why I sidetracked myself with that. I thought I could get that done quickly. Have it out of the way. So, Russ, how are you tonight? Good to see you here. Mr. Cosmic Quest himself dropping in. All right, what I'm doing is I've got the Cardassian Keldon class, or Keldor, whatever it is. This little guy already made some little modifications to the bottom of it last night. As you can see, this piece here is supposed to go there. Actually, that piece there is supposed to go here, along with this half of it. This piece is supposed to be on there, because that's like an extra top little part. But I was looking at that, and I was like, you know what? That is something different. So that's my saucer. That's my secondary hull right there. All right, so we're looking something like that. And that's my pylons, which I gotta figure out, but I'm thinking maybe something like this. The only problem with my idea here, because I'm attempting to only use parts out of this model to do this, only one I'm just rearrange the components of this model. But I've got everything I need except for nacelles. So I might be forced to, here's the front of this part here, right, which I've removed. Right, so this would have went right here like that. This would have went here. And this is little fins that come off the back. Oh, we're not doing that. So I gotta try to come up with a long, straight enough part. I guess it doesn't really have to be that long, but it needs to be straight and flat enough that we can have warp nacelles. So we got maybe 2/2 of the front part here. Jeff's heading back to the party. Yeah, get back to that party, man. Don't be watching me live stream when you're at your sister's grad. Russ says, doing good, friend. Working on the ship as we speak. Awesome. Excellent. Physical build should be done by Monday or so. Painting next weekend and video shortly after. That's the plan. Excellent. Looking forward to seeing that one. I always enjoy seeing Russ's new builds. He says, ship is looking good, Jody. He probably means this one, because this one's not looking like anything yet. But we're working on it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pylons going here. So this is supposed to be a tail piece. Right, that clips into there. That's the back end. It's like a little fan thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these bits from here. Okay, so now this is my pylons. That's my saucer. All right. I could glue this on just to make it easier to work with. Because technically I just got to pop the top off there. I said I wasn't going to put lights in this one, but I don't know if I can help it. I need to try. It's the challenge of doing such small stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this in place for now. Try and get it straight. Looks pretty good. Alright, so that's basically just this top piece and this bottom piece glued together. I can still pull this all apart, but it helps me decide. That's kind of cool. So we've got like a sort of groove down the side of that. This little bit can fit right in there. And if I make a hole, let's see. Just do a little test look here. Look at it in the monitor. See if we got kind of move them up ahead a little bit because I do want to have room in the tail to cut that out and do like the little, you know what I mean, the little shell bay or whatever, the little scoop thing. Could probably even use that in there. Interesting. Okay, so let's pop this off. We're gonna get this right. So that's there. Yeah. All right, so I want to get rid of these protruding marks here. Just kind of smooth that out. And that feels good. All right, so I think I can take advantage of the other, because that's supposed to be like little engines, right? I can take advantage of the little engines by using that as a like a glue tab. So we're gonna go right where that starts. Okay, so right where it starts to taper, or where it stops tapering and straightens out, is where I'm going to cut my my mounting points right there. he is so slippery. Oh, because I sanded you smooth? Is that maybe why? All right, so... right there. Right there. All right, so I'm going to try to just find my file. All right, so we got this. You can see the line there, right? It's all the details inside. There's like that strip of mechanical detail. So we're just going to get rid of that strip on right here. All right, there we go. Sick Jim is here. How you doing, Sick Jim? Saying hi to the chat. How you tonight? Thanks for dropping by. Seen you on the group streams a lot. It's nice to have you as a viewer here on my solo. Gotta lift this up a little bit because I'm having a hard time getting my big fat knuckles in there. There we go. All right, before I get too crazy and file in too far, which I'm surprised I haven't done yet, I'll try the dangerous method knife. Just to add a little excitement to this show. And remember, always cut towards your thumb, never cut towards your chum. Not bad. It's like I'm carving white chocolate. Okay, that's not bad. Back on, so this should fit kind of in here. Might have to widen it a little. Oh, look at, oh. Almost locked right in there. That was kind of cool. All right. So we need to take this corner off just a bit because of the way that I did that. Just try to kind of make it flush with the rest of it. Like so. Okay, so we need a bit of relief on this edge here so that that can tilt up sort of into there. Jim says, glad to be here. Said, let's get those likes up. Yeah. Wouldn't worry about that. I gotta give people a reason to get those likes up. Alright, looks like that stayed glued just long enough for me to do what I was doing here. Get everything measured up. You know, Bobby, you get where's my flag? Alright, well, can't find it. We'll go with this one. So I just want to put a little bit of an angle here. So there's a bit of relief so that when I insert that piece, it can, like I said, sort of tilt up into there. So I use the corner to make it an edge cut. Now I kind of got a limit here, right? It'll bump into where I made that groove. Magic. There, now I can put this in and lift it up and give it that angle I want. Perfect. Okay, so let's get a piece of this cut away because just in case I want to run some wires. Alright, let's see what's on the inside. Do we even have any space in there? Just a little bit. So we've got the pin there. So kind of put that in its dumb spot. I should have put that at the lower edge. So that means I'll just have to get rid of that, which is not a problem. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. The hardest part about this is finding the bit that I need. I thought I saw it on my desk earlier. Guess I was wrong. I had the it's not in here, so I did see it on my table. There we go. Yeah, my binoculars. So just get rid of this locator thing here. Pop the other one open. Smash the model with it. Oh, the pins will be in the way too. Get rid of those. Oh, this container like sucks. Works good. It's hard to open the lid, that's all. No big deal. Alright, that's actually pretty good. Oh, looks like I got a special guest. Howard? Welcome, Howard. Thank you for that. You don't have to do that. I appreciate it, though. Let's see if I can do this right this time.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Wrong one. Dash is the last one.
That's not the right one.
Second one
Oh my
there.
God,
You've been dead.
you bastard!
I saw the oh my God. I saw the oh my God thing and I thought it was oh my God, you've been dashed. Thank you, Howard.
You got your binoculars on.
Yeah, I'm wearing these right now, so whenever I look at the monitor, I can't see shit.
It's like fucking bubbles.
I got these on like, Jesus Christ, Ricky. These goddamn words on the monitor are imperceptible to me. Not even my kitties can see that one. All right, so I want a hole in the end of this, just in case. Howard says, Trailer Park Boys. Trailer Park Boys. That's right, Howard knows. Whoa. Stay together. Be like good waffles. Suppose I could glue it and hold it tight with my clamps.
Give him the clamps, boss.
Put the clamps on them. It's not working. There we go. Just need enough room for a wire or two. You know, I'm not greedy. Only need to get a wire up there. Only want a little amount of power. I don't need all of it. Tape it together. Keith says, hi, Mary.
Hi, Keith. Hi, Evan.
I'm just deciding on something. whether I should tape it together or just I wasted more time deciding than I would have actually taping or drilling. I do waste a lot of time deciding things. Howard says, I'm trying to get another video or 3 together for my channel to throw it out there to waste people's time to watch.
I always need something to watch.
Well, I don't waste my time watching your videos, Howard. I watch them and enjoy it. It's not a waste of time at all. You thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? But no, it's not a waste of time. You guys, on the other hand, 11 of you, who's wasting time now?
Stop.
All right, here's my back end part. Here's this. So I could glue this together and probably still be able to get the wire through if I have to. It's pretty empty in there. Keith says, you're not the only one that wastes time making decisions. This is, I do the same thing. Well, you think about something for a while, right? Is it really a waste of time if your time was spent thinking carefully about your decision? Because a lot of times I won't think carefully before I say something, and that causes problems. I'm going to give this super thin another shot right here. Flip it over. Howard says, wasted days and wasted nights. Since I started building, all I want is screw and glue. All I want to do is glue and screw. I got a feeling that's what you want to do. All I want to do is glue and screw until the sun comes up in the window above my modeling desk. Now who's wasting stuff? Cool, that kind of just runs. Cool, that kind of just runs right down the seam and fills the whole thing. I think it's pretty secure. got a pretty decent seam right there. Alright, that's not bad. I can clean this up after. So, got that. And got that. Okay, one tiny drop, just temporary. Determine the angle I want. So we're gonna be right like that. Same thing here. Just barely a little bit. All right, so there we go. It's gonna flop out of there because this one did. Stick that down again. It says it's based on Freddie Fender song. Screw and glue. Freddie Fender. Never heard of him. No, my screen didn't freeze. I'm just holding it. Well, why isn't that? Oh, I see. Because I've got. It's not even making contact there. So I've got these freaking ridges right here. So let's get rid of these ridges. I was wondering why it didn't. Yeah. Stupid roly thing. I was wondering why it didn't stick down earlier. Because it doesn't even make contact with the surface. Okay, I think I've got enough of it out of the way. That's way too much of that. Finger it is. I have to, next time I go to the grocery store, I'll have to remember to get some towels. So Howard posted a bit in Off Topic. It's called Wasted Days and Wasted Nights. That sounds familiar. Maybe I never knew the name of the artist before, but that sounds familiar. Okay, problems here. It won't stick. I find it so odd that the glue doesn't stick to the glue. Why doesn't the glue stick to the glue? If it's going to stick to anything, you'd think it would stick to the glue that is itself. Clean all this off. Gotta get a bit more out of here too. I'm going to put lots and try to permanently attach it. Because as I said, I only need access to the top and bottom, which I can do. Get that straight. Not bad. A little pressure. No pressure, no pressure. All right. It's starting to look like a Starfleet ship. So I gotta figure something out here. There's what got removed. Got this coney front part. You know. That can close back in. Okay. Get my saber-proof thing. Pad. Just give me. Okay. Where's the other piece? All right, so I'm going to try and use the little nose cone piece here as the ends of the nacelles. So, Freddie Fender did a few songs in Spanish, wrote songs like The Last Teardrop Falls, I Can't Stop Loving You, 6 Days on the Road. Okay, I've heard of all those songs. Just wasn't sure about the guy. I don't know who that is. Well, I know those songs. But I want to preserve this little center domey part here. I want to keep that. That's a cool detail that I might be able to use. So we'll get a little savey here. So I'm going to cut this off straight, right across. As straight as I can. Alright, so this one, I stuck to my finger. That one and this one. So we'll try to cut that straight off. All right, so now my hope is that I can use this, put it together like that. So now this can be bisected down the center line, and each side can be a front end of a nacelle with a little detail there. And then we got the open ends. And after this is cut in half, then it's just a matter of me putting a little wall on the inside of it there. So there's part of my nacelle. Now I want to try to preserve this little dome part. All right, not bad. Got it out in one fairly clean piece. Put that to the side. So we'll put this back together. Don't have the pins anymore that hold it in place. It's this way. Okay. So let's get this one separated. I'm just going to cut right down this line. Right through the little pin. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Alright, so there's half. This one's going to be a little more challenging. Got a little bit warm. Alright, actually we're not too bad here. Okay, so now I can put these back together. Sort of like this. Let's get rid of the excess. Oh, done good. 809. Okay. Try this. Hey, Trent's here. Darth Trent. OG. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Alright, so I'm going to try to hold in place enough get this to sort of hold on a bit. So I think a little pressure helps with this stuff. All right, there's one side. I'm just gonna put this down for a second. And I'll try to do it with this one. It's melty. Right there. That's what I want. I want that. Whoa. I want that shape. Go to old school glue now. Okay. All right, got some nice big flat pieces here. Can use to close that in, and it's got some detail on it. I'll give that a little bit of reinforcement. Just run it right through like that. Just run it right through. Hit it with the powdered kicker. The powdered zip kicker. All right, so I want this little detailed rectangle along the side of that. Let's see, I'll switch them here. I'll do this side. Alright, so we're going to cut this out right on the line. That way it's a little bit larger than it needs to be. Alright, so that's going to go on there. And we'll have our nacelle is going to be not round or square, but it's going to be sort of that shape. And then I'll decide what part's going to be the top and bottom. But first of all, we'll get this as flat as I can. So the back corner here, so I'm going to try to put more pressure here than I am anywhere else on the piece. Looking pretty good, we're almost there. A couple more strokes. There we go, that'll do. Be able to fill that in. So now we got a nice little detailed panel on the outside. Okay. Move that up a little. Oh, shit. Alright, so I'm going to put a big drop that's going to run all the way through there. And then I just scoop this, scoop that, let it sort of sift through. We're all reinschwartzed on the inside. So this is basically just an end cap for the nacelle. So now I'll take this one and I will simply copy and paste because I can determine where I am here. Like so. This one's not bad, but I'm just gonna smooth it out a bit and make sure it's the same size. Yeah, see, it's got to come down quite a bit. It's a lot thicker. All right. A lot of tidying up to do, but they look even. Got the same spacing. So I'll just do a little glue drop again. See if I can get that to get back up into place. It got sort of out of whack a little bit. So put a big drip down there. Watch it run to the end, so I know that it's all the way across that seam. There you go. Same thing here. You can see it get to the end. And you just let it roll across. You get your golden, good and golden. Okay, the top of this one's looking weird. That one's nice and flat. And that one's all jagged. Ugly. First of all, I'm going to smooth down this and see how it looks, and that'll tell me what I want the other one to look like. Where's my file? Go use this one. Sorry I'm so quiet, everyone. I'm just sort of focused and don't really have much to say tonight. I know it makes for a boring stream, but left alone to my own devices, I'm actually a pretty boring guy. It's only when other people give me some input to play off of. Howard says you could ask for a producer to come and yell at you. Work harder, work faster. I'm going as fast as I can, man. I wasted a lot of time at the beginning screwing around with the Klingon symbol when I should have been working on this. But hey, you live, you learn. Hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, eh? Oh, you're missing it. You're gonna miss the blood. Here comes the blood. Did you get him, Paco? Okay, that one's looking pretty nice. I'm gonna say, let's see. So yeah, got us a little Broussard cap. So if we orient this way, oh yeah, okay. So we're gonna have down angled, inward angled, flat piece on the inside. Now we just gotta make this one look the same. I have to do something here. It sort of sunk itself in right there. So we're gonna do this. We'll do one more right there. Right, so that levels me out. Hey, levels me out. Yo! Sorry. Hopefully none of you have headphones on. Oh, Howard says I'm listening. Mostly while editing, finally getting caught up on sorting all my video and pictures into files, organizing. Only 120 more zip files to go through. Keith says, getting a little hot. Yeah, for a second there it did. It got hot for a second. Alright, so we need a bit off this direction. Alright, that's probably about as even as I'm going to be able to get those. Let's just clear out the inside here. So I'll make a cap for this, like a clear piece or something. I'll figure it out. Don't have any ideas yet, but I'll come up with something. Just get the excess out of there. All right, like I said, those are basically just the nacelle Bussard caps. Those are going to be the front part. So I still need to figure out what part is going to be the rest of the nacelle. All right, so we got our main body here. Got a bump. Bump's going to be on the top, flat part on the inside. Slightly scooping that way. So something like that. Right there, right there. Now how long must we sing this song? How long? Well, this might have to just use the smooth flat parts. We got the other piece, and we got two things here, but those aren't really usable. This piece, Alan wants to know why you are sanding noodles. Because I need noodles for my nacelle caps, for my Bussard caps. They do kind of look like noodles, don't they? Noodle, 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 noodles. Noodles. Okay, so I got like a big flat piece of usable plastic. I might have to go outside the limits of this model here and get some plastic from something else. I do have these These are from the NX-01 Enterprise. When you change it to the refit, you're supposed to put these caps on the outsides of the things. I didn't do that. Of course, I made mine different. So, like in a pinch, okay, I've almost got I can like balance it on there. Drum roll. So that's not bad. It kind of looks cool, but I'm not only using the parts from this little model. Howard says, interesting. Yeah, it does kind of look interesting. We're getting somewhere. This little bit. So I still got some little bits that I can use for details. And I still got some trimming and sculpting to do, like cut away this little tail portion, sort of like that, so you get that, you know what I mean, where you have the shuttle bay, it cuts down, you have a shuttle bay there. Perhaps this will even fit right there, and that could be my shuttle bay door. And then maybe a little piece coming out. I could use this end of this tip right here. Just cut this out and replace it with this part. That's interesting. But I want to try to avoid using these pieces from a different model. I'll see if I can figure something out. Like, we got a little bit of flat bits here. We got these sort of wing bits we can use. There's a couple more detailed parts here. And again, there's that, right? This can be cut in half and used each side on one nacelle. So we got some other little detailed bits we can use. Pretty confident I should be able to come up with something. Those fall right off, so I gotta do the front here. I gotta close that in, but not today. Next time I play with this, probably on tomorrow's Sunday afternoon stream. I like the way the little pylons come out. It's kind of cool. They're thick, so it's like sturdy, right? This kind of reminds me of a Voyager. You know, we'll call it the Voyager X. I don't know. So I'm thinking I can use this part here. I should be able to fit that in to close it up. And then we'll have like a little deflector there. Something small. And I can pop this top piece out so I can get into the saucer. If I want to do anything. All right, so if I want to add a couple lights, I'll have to run wires, drill all that out. So this isn't permanently attached. I can do that. Same thing here, not permanently attached. I just put a tiny drop just to hold my pylons in place so that I could look at them and measure stuff and line things up. Some holes down the side for some windows. Yeah, I think we can make it kind of a cool little starship. Do this undercut thing to the belly here. All right, we'll cut up into there. I don't know why they do it, but it looks cool. Makes it, well, I guess that's probably why they do it. Because it looks cool. That's going to be it. That's going to be it. I'm going to get a little something to eat, finish my onion rings, get ready to watch Canadian Starships is what I'm going to be doing. And everyone that's here, Howard's here. Howard, thank you for the dash earlier. That was super cool and generous of you. Unnecessary, but I totally appreciate it. Thank you very much. If it wasn't for you and all the rest of these guys, I wouldn't be able to do these little models. Keith and Helen, I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for watching and sticking with me through the whole 3 hours. Trent was here, and Sick Jim was here. Russ from Cosmic Quest. Jeff, Captain Charlemagne, Jeff was here. Lumpy McLumpster, that's my bro. And I'm sure Cam's in there watching too. Andrew at Canadian Starships, who is up next. So get ready for him. Steve Martin, my buddy that I met at Wonderfest. Really cool guy. Buck was here. And that's about everybody. So thanks to everybody for tuning in and checking it out. Thanks, Mary, for tuning it in and supporting me all the time for this silly ship show that I'm doing. I appreciate it. And if you want to be cool like Howard and help support the channel, there's a link. You can be a member. Howard's my only member. There's some links in the description if you want to help out Trek Mods continue this weird little journey there. So thanks for checking me out. You guys keep on trekking. Have a good night, everyone.